So today we're going to look at this company, Oragenics, which is up 45% right now, and it's something that's being hyped pretty much everywhere that I'm seeing. So let's take a deeper look. The reason is they have some kind of COVID-19 vaccine. I know that it's intranasal. I know that it's three parts, three different things, and I know it's in conjunction with an antigen injection of some sort. I really didn't start looking into the science of it, and frankly, I'm not going to. But what I did want to see was their pipeline. And interestingly, their only drug that they have an indication for, it's of Clostridium difficile, which is a bacteria, is preclinical. So this is a very small company. What's their market cap actually? Let's see here. Market cap 133 million. So they're a small biotech, but they're getting a lot of news because of what they have come out with today. And if you'll look, you can see over the past 18 months or so how much movement that we've had in this stock. So I am sure that they're very news driven, but let's take a closer look and see what we got. So today we have a big gap up, and like I always say, gaps always have to fill. Let's go and let me zoom out just to show you guys the gaps. We had a gap down there. Of course, it filled back up. Gaps always fill because there's no support or resistance. So if you have a stock that closes here in the evening and opens up here the next morning, like we did today, like we did over here, this gap between the two areas needs to fill. So this gap will more likely than not fill unless something incredible happens where the thing just keeps going up in price. But more times than not, that gap is going to fill. So if you were in this stock for any reason, excuse me, take your profits today because you got very lucky based on news. So take your profits. But let's zoom in and see what we can do. So right now, it's trying to do some kind of sweet spot reversal. Has a lot of volume coming in just because of the news, and a lot of profits are being taken. The stock price got up to here this morning, $1.40, let's say, and it's down to $1.22. It was as low as $1.08. What I need to see is this red line. If you want to do anything with this long term, and guys, I am not recommending that you do anything on this stock long term. This is one of those ones where if you want to have some fun with it, go ahead. But this is not an investment. Even a long-term hold of this is not the best idea just because this thing can definitely bounce down on you just as quickly. The FDA has nothing in here. Their only drug that they have on file right now is preclinical. So this is very new. Things can change. It's great that they have something coming, but it is so early and there's so much that can happen. This is not something that you want to be invested in long term from a chart perspective. But if you want to, make sure you're using stops. This red line needs to come up like so, and we need to get the yellow line coming down like this and then following just like that. So if you want to do something with this, you can throw a tracker share on, wait for this event to occur where the red line crosses through the yellow, and then you could start adding when that happens. You will face a lot of resistance up here at $1.80. But good news for you is that you're overall 4 of your major moving averages. You're barely over your 25-day, but it's moving in the right direction. So let's move over to the swing trade. Overall 4 of our major moving average. I mean, tomorrow, if we get, your trend is coming up nicely off the bottom. If you get a candlestick like this tomorrow that is kind of a follow through of today, go ahead and play it as a swing trade. I really like that you're over this. You will probably get some kind of move up to this $1.80, $2 range before you get people taking profits and the stock pulling back on you. So something that really surprises me about today is the bid and ask difference of 1 cent. I am absolutely shocked that our difference is 1 cent. I kind of want to see what kind of volume we're getting on this thing. Wow. The average volume of this stock is almost 25 million shares traded. I was going to guess it was going to be like 400,000. And with 131 million trades today, shares traded, I'm absolutely shocked that the bid and ask difference is 1 cent. But more power to them. That's great. That means that there's no manipulation going on. And that is one good thing that you have going for you. So Let's see here. OGEN. Now, that gap up that we saw, let me come back here. This movement right here where we just kind of gapped the entire way, this didn't happen intraday, this big movement right here. That is shown in this gray area. So this gray to gray, that is overnight trading. The black area on my chart, that is current day trading. So between market hours. So we can see that last night, I guess they probably had good news overnight. Stock price jumped up on us and we started the day up here. So that's a bad thing about these kind of things, is that we missed the entire move, because you can see today, well, we opened, say, I don't know, let's say $1.35 for argument's sake, and right now we're at $1.21 and the stock price didn't really move. Of course, you guys remember when we're day trading, to go long, we have to be over 80%, between 80 and 100. And when we're going short, we need to be under 20% between 0 and 20. And you can see that pretty much the entire day, we were between 20 and 80. So there was really no room for a day trade, except for this little area right here where this stochastic didn't even get to the bottom around 0. So it wasn't a very confident day trade. And as you can see, in that little area, the price didn't move very much on you. So this is a very, very weak day trade. The majority of the movement was overnight. And with these, you're just patient with it. Just let the trade come to you and kind of see what happens. Yeah, man, this is an interesting stock, interesting company, really. I'm actually very surprised that this is the only drug that they have doing. I wonder who their collaborations are with. Arrangement with Pepsi. Man, they're not really working with any. This is interesting. Now that they're on kind of everybody's radar, they could do something, and I would not be surprised to see something come out of this little company in a big way. But it's so early to tell right now, guys. It's just be very careful when you're doing this. Be very careful when you're trading things like this. So let's just do a quick recap. If we're doing something like this company where we're getting a big move like that, if you were in it, wonderful. Go ahead and take your profits because you got lucky and you got big news and this thing jumped up on you. You jumped up like that. Your stock price is going to pull back on you 9 times out of 10. Even if it does drop, let me cover gaps again. I think this is just because we have some time, I want to cover gaps. Okay, I always say you're going to fill the gap. This little gap down like that, 9 times out of 10, don't panic, let it recover on you. It's going to take a lot of time. Could take time. This took from April through June. But you did come up and you did fill that gap. Unless the company is going to 0, 9 times out of 10, you're going to fill the gap one way or the other. So today, if you want to do something, if you're in it, of course, take your profits. But what we're going to do is wait for our red line to turn up like that. Yellow line will cross through, which is closing the trap door and then turning up like that. And this is where we will start to get some kind of good movement on this stock. And of course, you will be adding tomorrow if you get a follow through like that and your red line crosses through. Over here on your daily chart, your stochastic line is already through and entering the sweet spot, just right there. We're right now, the price is over all 4 of our major moving averages, which is great. If I can end the day like this and I have 45 minutes left in today's trading day and I get a follow through candlestick like that tomorrow, I am definitely adding to this tomorrow. I am, of course, using stops. It's very important to use stops with a volatile company like this. And again, the bid and ask difference is 1 cent, which I truly am shocked about. That's really impressive, to be honest with you. With things like that, you want to see more. You typically see more manipulation. Remember, the big move happened overnight. We went from 88 cents to $1.40 overnight. Right now, stock price is up 43%. The day trade, there was really nothing to day trade today. Because remember, to go long, we have to be between 80 and 100. There was nothing going on in there. To go short, between 0 and 20, nothing going on in there. So this is when we just kind of sit back and don't do anything. Go find some other stock. Something that I talked about on today's live stream. Guys, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of stocks out there. You don't need to be playing what the hype is that day. You can, if you don't like this one, go find something else. No big deal at all. No big deal. So that's it for this one. Just be very careful when you're trading it, but let's see if there's something there. A nasal spray would be a lot better than, I mean, we were talking about it in the Pulse Super Shorts yesterday. There is a drug called Spravato. It is a low-dose ketamine, and ketamine is used as a tranquilizer. It's also the party drug or what have you. So, but now they're using it for depression, and it's a nasal spray for depression. So the nasal route of administration is becoming pretty popular. So we're going to see if they can do something with this. And remember, it's in coordinates in conjunction with a shot for antibodies. So antigens, I'm sorry. So let's see what happens. But if this resonates with you, if this kind of trading resonates with you, join the Mo's Muscles Patreon. It's $55 right now. You get full access to me. I'm always on the Discord answering your guys' questions about charts and whatnot. And don't forget, this is not for just day traders. This is for long-term traders. This is for the person that has a full-time job with kids and they only have time to check their stocks once or twice a week. We can do that for you on a long-term chart. Invest on, say, a Monday. Next time you're selling that stock 6 weeks later. So that is very possible. Charting is not all about day trading. I actually personally do very little day trading. The majority of what I do is long-term stuff. So if that resonates with you guys, join the Patreon. The link is in the description below, and I will talk to you later. See ya.